Welcome everyone. Let's plan this case using Pmceasy AI tools. Here we have a class 2 div 2 on our hands, more sphere on the left side. We have crossbite on the molars. The upper midline is correct. The lower midline needs to shift to match with the upper midline. So if you look at the plan that we received from the technician, we have a distalization on the upper right. We are going to need a greater amount of distalization on the left side, and the challenge will be maintaining the upper midline. Since torque and retraction are not really friends, we need to also watch out how much we are retracting the upper anterior. Let's check the lower anterior also. And looking at the midline, upper midline is shifted to the left due to the greater distalization, which we don't want. And also you can see the canines are not symmetrical at the end of the treatment. We can also observe that there is a great deal of expansion on the upper left. So there's not much going on the lower arch. So without doing anything else, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the tooth movement table here, and then copy the tooth movement table from here and paste it onto the AI planning assistant, which is under the first modification. So I'm going to paste my table here and display the table below and run the AI assistant, which is going to give me the commands that I need to type to the technician in all three axes to have the case within limits. So on the sagittal plane, the AI tells me that I need to reduce the upper left molar distalization and add mesialization to lower premolars using IPR, adding class 2 elastics, and also overcorrecting the upper anterior tooth by 20%. And on the transversal axis, I need to reduce upper left molar expansion and align the arch accordingly. So on the vertical, we have no problems really. So I'm going to copy these sagittal commands here, go back to clean check, and I'm going to type 1 and then paste our comments. Pretty straightforward. Then I type 2 and go back to Pmceasy AI Assistant and copy the transversal axis comments and paste it again back onto the clean check. I'm pretty much done here for the first modification. So I'll send this through and wait to receive the clean check back from the technician. And this is what I get back from the technician after sending my comments. The upper left distalization is reduced by IPR as we asked in our comments. The upper anterior torque is overcorrected. We still have a great deal of retraction. And on the occlusal view, we still have the canines in an asymmetrical position, which we're going to take care of. We have some constriction on the lower molars since we reduced the upper left expansion. Now we need to also take care of the midline. The right side is okay. The upper midline is shifted as we saw on the first clean check. Now we're going to modify this using 3D controls. And I'm going to remove the IPR on the upper and lower to maintain canine class 1. I'm going to remove more IPR on the upper left to shift upper midline to where it used to be in the beginning. I'm removing as much IPR as I can without shifting the initial upper midline. Going back to the occlusal view, we have the canines closer, and I'm going to do minor adjustments to have a better alignment here. Move the mesial out and do some vertical corrections for aesthetic reasons. Yeah. And looking at the lower arch for any alignment problems. Seems to be okay. So I'm done here, and I'm going to live update to have the final setup. Then I'm going to move on to the attachments. Now I'm going to open up the tooth movement table here. Since I have the final tooth positions fixed, I'm going to copy the tooth movement table from here and then paste it onto Pmceasy AI attachment interface, which is under the second modification. So I paste my table here and then display the table below. Then I run the AI attachment interface. So you can see a list of attachments for each and every single tooth, also having optimized and conventional alternatives if there are any. So if there is any tooth that I don't need attachments, I can also see them. It's pretty straightforward. Then I go back to the clean check and place the attachments as I see them on my list suggested by the AI. If I have optimized alternatives, I use the optimized ones. If I don't, then I go with the conventional ones. So you can also check the contacts and see if you need to place the attachments on the lingual side to avoid contacts with the upper arch. And I'm done here. I'm gonna live update. Then my plan is ready for approval. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe to pmceasy.com to join the AI revolution.